Hey Jen, how are you?
Good.
What are you talking about today?
I'm Jen, and I am a mindset and manifestation coach. I have been studying manifestation and mindset for the last 15 to 20 years. It's been a passion of mine very extensively for about 10 years, and it's made a huge difference in my life. It truly has been life-changing for me.
What changes have you had in your life since starting this journey?
I think it's been 17 years now. I don't know the exact amount of time, maybe less. My sister passed away in a riding accident. And that was the start of me feeling like I needed to find happiness and peace in my life again. So that's a bit of where the mindset came in around the same time as when the book The Secret came out. And I was at the library looking for, this is back when the only way you could listen to like audiobooks was through discs, and you'd put them in your DVD or your
CD player?
CD player in your car. So I was at the library and I found the CD The Secret, and I played it in my car and I would listen to it to and from work. And that's how I was introduced to manifestation. There's been insane things that I've manifested in my life. So after what had happened with my sister, my husband was working for my dad to help. Had the farm right across the street from my parents came up for sale. This is the house that we're in right now. And I loved the place. I'd always thought it was beautiful. My husband and I sat down, his name's Mark, and we were looking at the ad for the farm, and we we're like, okay, how could we buy this place? Like, it's way out of our league for purchasing a farm. But then we started kind of dreaming and getting into the emotions of the excitement of owning a place like this and what that would entail. So there's another home on the property. So we had talked about like, okay, so how much could we make if we rented the secondary house out, and how much could we make if we boarded horses, and I actually sat down and penciled out all the numbers and how much I would have to charge for board and how much I would have to charge rent, and then any other things that we could do around the farm to generate income. And I had added in like having cows and selling quarter cows and things like that. So there was a lot of emotion around it, and I got really excited, and then the place sold. And then it was not too long after that, my dad came to me and he was like, we're going to have to extend our pig farm because our supplier has excess pigs and he wants to send all the pigs to one person. So for us to continue to use the same supplier, we're going to need to expand, and township won't let us build another barn on our property. So he's like, so we're gonna buy another property, and hopefully there's a house, and if you and Mark decide you want to stay for good, then you guys can live in the house. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, my dream place just sold. Like
too late.
Yeah, we're too late. So we looked at the place that we didn't actually do a walkthrough, but we contacted the people that lived right behind my parents' farm, and we looked at a couple other farms in the area, and none of them felt exciting to me. Like they all felt like letdowns because this place had sold. And then right after we had looked at the last farm, my dad got a call from the real estate agent that had sold this farm, and he was like, the financing fell through for the guy that bought it. It's back up for sale. So we're like, and it was way above like what my dad had, not way above, but it was higher. It was higher than what we had intentionally planned on spending. Yeah, way like 500,000 higher than what I have goosebumps. The other farms were. So then, I know it's a crazy story, eh? So then came and looked at it, and my mom was like, this is too much work. This place is too nice. And it's too, like, do you realize how much time and effort you're going to have to put into these gardens and how, and I'm like, I don't care. I love it. I want it. And which is so entitled of me.
It's like only child syndrome for that one moment.
And I wasn't actually I wasn't pushy or being obnoxious about it.
Hopeful.
I was hopeful. And, when my dad and I were doing, our walk in the back area to figure out where we could build the pig barn and things like that, I was very firm of I really like this place, and, we're going to live wherever wherever is affordable and
Yeah.
whatever works. But I do really like this place, and it's so close to my parents' house.
Mhm.
So it worked out very well for, you know, if we have a tractor that needs to come from one farm to the other,
Super
or
easy.
employees driving from one farm to the
Yeah.
other, storing bins for our trucking company, things like that. So
It's a nice layout too. Like, it's not like everything's a mess, and
yeah, like
it's
this
like
place was
straight shot.
an estate when we purchased it. Not so much now because it's a working farm, but my mom was like, do you realize what it's going to take to keep up with these gardens alone? That's a full-time job. So then, you know, I backed off a bit and was gonna let my dad do make his decision and do the talking to the real estate agent.
Mhm.
He hemmed and hawed quite a bit because he was like, well, it's quite a bit more than the other farms are. And then we sat down with them, and they came down a significant amount in price, and we kind of met in the middle. We purchased the place.
Wow.
So to think, like, for them to have come down as much as they had, and then also
it to go back on the market.
And so we'll talk a little bit about emotion and
Mhm.
and excitement around manifestation.
Mhm.
And that's, I am so big on like feeling the emotions around it. Like
Mhm.
what I think that's truly what solidifies a manifestation is emotions. And then that's probably my biggest example of
Like,
having
what
manifested. Well,
manifestation?
there's been lots of other things, but that was my biggest, the first one, the big
Like the
first one.
confirming, solidifying, like, okay, there's something here.
Yes. And also trusting the plan, even when tribulations come, trials and
Mhm.
tribulations come. Like, we, you know, the place had sold, and I'm like, oh, great. You know, right. The place had sold right before my dad had talked to us. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then when they came back and told us that it was back on the market, but then we heard the price, and I was like, oh, we're never going to be able to
Yeah.
purchase that on a pig farmer's salary. And yeah, so I guess that was a very long-winded response to what was the actual question again?
What is manifestation?
Oh, okay.
So but that would be a good one for, like, how does it help?
Right. So and explaining how to manifest. So we just,
the question was actually tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
But you got like a life story, so we do know about you.
So there's even more to the life story. My life story is pretty insane. So we purchased the place. My husband decided that he was going to start actually full-time working for my dad at like permanent full-time, because he was full-time before but not permanent. So then life continues on. We've had COVID happens. Our business starts to decline because of COVID, because you know, one of the products that we were picking up was no longer being made. And then the cost of fuel went up an insane amount. Cost of living went up. So then we had to pay our employees like quite a significant
employees.
No, but just like, you know, we had to give everyone a fair raise.
Like, jump. You can't make these people live off of nothing. And that's good that you guys are good people like that.
One, we want people to be able to live comfortably, but also, like, you're never going to hold employees if you don't pay them fairly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so we were working through the stresses of running a business through COVID, and lots of businesses failed during COVID.
A lot.
And then,
or like even after COVID, like businesses who were like good in COVID because they were essential, a lot of them after took a huge hit.
Yeah, so then my dad got into an accident and passed away from a traumatic head injury. And that this is a side tangent segue into that's why you will always see me riding in a helmet, because my sister passed away from a brain injury riding, and then my dad passed away from a brain injury, and I'm a strong advocate for helmets because of that. So my dad passes away, and then the business continues to struggle. And, you know, in the grand scheme of things, we ended up losing $800,000 in a year. And, you know, banks are starting to ask questions because we're the two young ones that took over the business, and it had just lost, like, the owner of the business, the official owner had just passed away. And then, you know, the young ones come in, and then it kind of, a lot of these things had been happening prior, but it looks from appearance like, oh, it's failing as soon
as these two came in.
Yes. So I had to do a lot of work around like my money beliefs. I had a very scarcity mindset. So I spent quite a bit of time working on that scarcity mindset, and that's through through like subconscious resets and things like that, which we'll get into. But I know I'm talking out all woo woo and out there, but and we worked hard.
Yeah,
we persevered. We worked hard. We had to manage my mom because my mom also has pretty late stage dementia. She's young, but after my sister had passed away, she was never really the same.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyway, so this whole story about me is I've had to go through so many things, and I've had to push through life and find what makes me happy and where I find peace, which is in horses. But I also had to work through a lot of anger with horses because I felt like horses is what took my sister away from me. So I think if anyone is trying to help people through hard times, or trying to help people overcome fear and overcome frustration and reset their mindset, I'm a great person for it. I was
gonna say, it's kind of you,
because
you've gone, like, not in like a morbid way, but you've gone through so many things, and every time you come out of it even better, even stronger, even kinder, even more gentle, but firm at the same time. So
it's the only way you can come out of it, right? Like, come out, you build resilience every single time negative things happen. And I really don't want to be someone who builds resilience in a cold way. I want to build resilience in a warm, loving way.
And what are you going to do? Just give up? You can't just give up. No. Especially you. You have too many responsibilities, but like your average person, you can't just give up.
I know, I always joke like I'm stone cold, but it's not. I'm not stone cold because I'm a mean or a bad person. I'm stone cold because I've been through so much, and I just know that I have to be strong and resilient to keep going. On the more light side, I'm married.
I got 3 beautiful, energetic kids.
I have 3 wild children.
Your farm kids. They are farm kids.
They are. They're true farm kids. And yeah, I live on a horse farm. I've got
horses out there.
Tons of different horses, and
arena.
I'm literally living my dream life.
Which outside is so weird to say.
Yeah, it is, because I think that I'm a great example of crappy shit can happen in your life, and you can push through. And as long as you don't become a martyr and have the woe is me attitude about it,
and the victim mentality.
And the victim mentality,
which is super common nowadays.
It is. It really is. If you can avoid the victim mentality, then you never know what light is on the other side of that tunnel. And I feel like my light was really bright. I love my life.
So many goosebumps. So why don't we dive in, and why don't you explain to us what exactly meditation is?
We could get into all kinds of science behind meditation, and I've done the research, and I've held on to probably 1% of what research I've actually looked into and things 1%. Like that. Well, I don't know about that. What maybe feels important to me, but what's important to me is not always important to other people. But meditation is a way to reground your mind and your body. It has calming effects. It can help with manifestation. It can help your body heal from the inside out. A lot of people have trouble with meditation, and I did as well. Like, especially people who have ADHD. Sitting down in silence for 1 minute seems unbearable.
Sitting down is hard.
Yes, sitting down is hard. But I have found beauty in meditation in the sense that it's really slowed my brain down. It's allowed me to heal emotionally. It has helped with fear. It's helped with anxiety. I think that the videos that you see, like, that's not the type of meditation that I personally do. I have to do guided meditations because if I don't do a guided meditation, I get lost in my thoughts being like ping pong balls in my brain. But what a guided meditation is it's someone sitting there and talking you through your meditation. So, you'd be, okay, take a deep breath in and exhale, and then take another deep breath in. And, it's like, it would be like, breathe in, calm, breathe out, anxiety, breathe in, trust, breathe out, fear. And once you go through your breathing exercises and getting your brain into a calm state, then you go through more of the healing properties of it. Or visualization. Some meditations have visualizations built into them. Some meditations just are affirmation based, so they just say, you know, you're strong, you're resilient. And so I need guided meditations. I've gotten a little bit better about doing non-guided meditations and just sitting in silence, but I definitely think the people who are starting out with meditation,
it's the guided that helps.
I highly suggest guided meditations.
Okay, so you talked about people doing visualizations within their meditation and manifestation. What does that all mean?
Okay, so a visualization would be trying to like closing your eyes and being able to visualize something that you're doing. So for barrel racing, you started doing the visualizations.
And I was desperate. I was like, oh, there's got to be something to this.
Right. So the barrel racing visualization that I made has you close your eyes, and I walk you through from getting your horse tacked up to riding around in the warm-up pen to waiting in the holding area, and then you actually visualizing your run.
I just skipped to the run part.
You just skipped to the run part? Yeah. So, and I think that people that have anxiety going into a run, the buildup is really important, right? But if you're looking to just visualize your run because you need to fix something that's going on with your second barrel, or actually more first barrel.
And second. Third's good.
Third's great.
The run home is fantastic.
Do you know what? We can commiserate on our first barrels. But so the visualization is for you to be able to close your eyes and pretend like the run is happening in real life. And lots of athletes use visualization, whether it be for shooting baskets or it be for the piano players visualize. There's 2 studies that I really like that are done, and one is basketball players shooting baskets, and I don't have the exact, like, I'd have to pull up the study to get you exactly what it was, but they had 3 groups. They had players that visualized shooting baskets. No, 4 groups. Players that visualized shooting baskets, players that actually shot baskets, players that did both visualizing and shooting, and then players that did nothing. And the ones that visualized had the same improvement as the ones that actually shot the baskets.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the ones who did both were probably like...
And the ones who did both were better than the other 2 groups. And then the ones that didn't do anything, obviously there was no improvement.
Not great.
Yeah. So visualization is actually a proven, like a scientifically proven thing that helps with athletes.
Is it like almost this is kind of going offside, but is it almost like muscle memory, but for your brain?
Yes.
Because I felt like when I was doing it, it was like, it was one run. I just visualized one run in my head, and when I broke it down and paused it and everything, I just felt like when I actually physically went to do it, it was like my body already knew.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like exactly muscle memory for your brain.
That's so cool.
And they did a study on these piano players. I think it was Harvard that did the study on the piano players. But there were a group of piano players that practiced, ones that practiced in their head, and the ones that didn't practice at all. And the ones that practiced on the piano and in their head had the same improvement, and then no improvement in the ones that didn't do it at all.
Wow.
But it's so crazy that, you know, we always think that we need to be doing all the physical moves with our body, but our brain is what controls our body. So, and I know when I first told you about the visualization and the meditation, you're like, oh my gosh, don't even start with me on that stuff. And okay, Jen, cool.
I was like, that's really great.
I'll try it. Not.
Hey, it's still in my inbox. It starred in my inbox.
Well, there you go. But it works.
Yeah, it did. I think it took that, like, personally, I think it took that, like, last minute, like, pressure and anxiety for me to be like, okay, I need to do something.
So, and you doing it once, you only did it once, right?
I did it once on Jack and once on Max. And then I was like, I'm going to run a 15.0 in my visualization. And then I ran a 15.2. And then with Jack, I was going to run, I ran a 15.4. So I was going to run a 15.2 in my visualization. And then in real life, I ran a 15.4. And then on Jack, I was going to run a 16.0 and I ran a 16.2.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that one thing we need to do, and I want to talk about this further later on, but the importance of your goals being big.
Mm-hmm.
And you, in that 15.0, that might have been a bit of a stretch, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's exciting, but you're like, okay, this is like way past my personal best. Was the 15.4 your personal best in
I
Ancaster?
want to say it is, but I'm also like
think
unsure. I think it's like between a 15.3 and a 15.4.
Okay.
But in my visualization, I was like, oh, 15.2. Like that'll be
right.
Like that's so fast.
Yeah.
And then I got a 15.4 and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And because so we'll talk a little bit more about the importance
Mm-hmm.
of big goals, but I think it's really important that people don't feel discouraged
Mm-hmm.
when they don't hit that exact number, right? And it's tough as barrel racers because we're constantly so fighting the clock, right? So,
and even if we do our fastest, like that might be for nothing.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down to it.
Like this was my fastest run, but I clocked mid-pack 3D.
Yeah.
Right? And
actually tied for 7th and 8th in the 3D, and it was a salty weekend.
It was a salty weekend.
But he was 27th in the 2D average, which has never happened with him.
That's awesome.
See, visualization.
Yeah.
What are like your different types of visualization? Like, is that a thing? Is it just like playing it over in your head? Like, what's
so once you get good at visualization, it's playing it over in your head.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guided visualization, and the reason I made the guided visualization was because it feels awkward. Like I remember when I first started visualizing runs, I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know. I'm running into my first barrel. Like, oh, turning my first barrel. But I found that guided visualizations help with actually breaking things down and also feeling the emotion behind it.
Yeah.
So like in the guided visualization, there's like, oh, you like turn your first barrel. It was wicked. You power out of your first barrel. You're heading into second, and getting that feel of like your heart starts pumping, and you're, you know, you just wrapped around your first barrel. It felt amazing, and now I'm excited and I'm running into second. And some of that emotional regulation of, because some riders will have a wicked first barrel and they're like, oh my gosh, nailed my first barrel, running into second. Oh crap. That's not going to work. And so I think that having the whole picture is important of that emotion behind it as well. And like I had talked about before, we manifest through emotion.
Yeah.
So
what emotions are specifically important, and why as a whole are the emotions important?
They're all important. So negative emotions are just as important as positive emotions.
We have them for a reason.
Because if you're doing anything anger-based, fear-based, or out of like in a discomfort, an emotion of discomfort, you're just telling whatever you believe in, God, the universe. Yeah. Like for me, I refer to my higher power as God. I'm just telling God that I want more of that.
Yeah.
So you need to be aware of your emotions, and the happier you are and the higher level of emotion that you're vibrating at, the more of that positivity or the good things that you're going to be drawing to yourself. The more negative you are, the lower you're going to be vibrating at, and the worse things you're going to be drawing into your life.
Yeah, and people, and it all revolves. Now, on emotions, I know I struggled with this for a while, where I felt really down and upset. And would you be calling that imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome is no. So I would just call that a negative mindset. Imposter syndrome is more where you feel like you don't belong, or
I do feel like that was very accompanied with those negative emotions. Like I felt like I didn't belong, and then those emotions came, and then it was the negative mindset. Like it kind of like dove off the deep end altogether.
Right. So the feeling like you don't belong was the
like
trigger,
the starting point. Yeah.
That's a good point to have, because imposter syndrome can really put you in a dark place.
And what is it specifically?
So imposter syndrome is when essentially you feel like you don't belong. Like, I'm not good enough. Why am I here? Why would people, if someone's looking to be a coach or help others, like, why would people want to take information from me? I have nothing to prove. I have imposter syndrome. Like, I think,
which is wicked because you are like so cool and you're so knowledgeable.
I try to educate myself, but I'm constantly saying to myself, like, why would someone want to learn from me? What are my credentials? What, I'm not Emily Beisel and Haley Kinsel, and so why would someone want to learn from me? And even with the run breakdowns and showing people videos of how things are done properly, right? I will often think to myself, like, well, what's the difference between me and Between the Reins? And why would someone want to, support me over supporting something like Between the Reins? And you have to work through imposter syndrome. So often I find journaling helps, but for me, I guess, like, I'll do the exercise with you guys of, like, what I would do is, okay, so why me over Between the Reins? Ashley Schaefer and Joy and Jolene, like, they're baddies. Siri's on there. Like, I'm a nobody compared to them. So that's my imposter syndrome thought. That's my negative self thought. So then when I want to turn that around, but what can I offer that maybe they're not offering? Also used to write English, so I'm really able to help people that are transitioning from an English background to barrel racing. I am offering going to be the mindset stuff and some nutrition stuff and some workout stuff. And then also I am putting an effort into dumbing some of the stuff down a little more. Because sometimes I think that there's people that are just coming into barrel racing that need that need simplified help.
That was me all the time. Like, you scroll back through our text, it's like, what's this? What does this mean? So I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah, like breaking down tack in a way that's simplified. And so it's not that I know that Between the Reins has all of those things as well, but maybe I'm focusing a little more on that. Or so you have to work through your imposter syndrome of, like, okay, so what differentiates me? And how can I come at this from a positive standpoint? And how can I benefit others? So imposter syndrome often is a bit of like it's a selfish emotion. Kinda. Like, because you're like, well, why me? Why, like, it's me. And instead, if you can flip it to how can I help others? And what's my purpose in all of this? Instead of it being a negative, why me?
And how do we address the imposter syndrome besides just, like, writing it down and going, okay, how can I help someone? How are we addressing it in the me way?
Micro exposure. So you have to just keep showing up. You feel uncomfortable, then you just go.
You gotta trust yourself that you can do it.
You just have to have enough perseverance and push to just show up. Like, I remember going to the NBHA shows and feeling like I was a fish out of water. I don't belong here. I suck. My horse isn't fast enough. I can't keep up. All these negative thoughts. I look like an idiot. People are watching me thinking that I look stupid. Like, why am I not going to club shows? I don't, again, like, why am I not going to club shows? I don't belong here. And you just keep going, keep showing up. And there are tons of other people that feel the exact same way that are there. And that's one of the beauties of the 6-week mindset program that I've really noticed is having the open discussion with everyone. So every single person in that program had imposter syndrome. Being able to talk about it and realize that other people that are a better rider than you, or a better horseman, or
more expensive horses, or more money made, like,
Exactly.
they still have that.
They still have it too.
Mm-hmm.
And then finding a community not around the imposter syndrome, because you don't want to be giving the imposter syndrome. Yeah, we're not feeding it, but finding a community around the fact that we all know we have it. So you can say, if you say, I don't feel like I belong, and then someone can help boost you up.
Yeah, I found that, like, I know you're not supposed to be faking things, but like faking it till I made it. And then with those, like, even self affirmations were huge, and being like,
that is a huge part of manifesting. Fake it till you make it. Like that is one of my key like ways to manifest. Is we've got you need to figure out what I guess I'm kind of going into like how I manifest, but you need to figure out what your goals are and what you would like, and the bigger picture for yourself. And then you need to embody who that is and feel it emotionally. Try and become that person, even though you're not that person in this moment. There is a universe that you are that person, and there is, and I know that's me being out there with my thoughts, but there is a you in there that is that person. And if you embody that confidence and
claim it,
like
Fallon Taylor said, like, they're gonna make fun of you for something, so like pick what they make fun of you for.
Yep.
So the red felt cowboy hat in 40-degree weather.
Sounds hot.
A little bit.
And then the next step is freaking following through on it. So you can embrace those emotions and, get excited about something and feel teary-eyed about your 1D run that you just visualized, because extreme emotions are very, very key. Like if you're not tearing up a little and so excited that you're almost crying, you're not passionate enough. Like you need big emotions around and
bigger
things.
Dreams.
Yes. And then you need the follow through. If you don't have the follow through, then you're never going to trust yourself to get it done, because we gain trust in ourselves through proving to ourselves that we're going to do it. Follow through. Also, you can't just think things into existence. You have to act on things.
Yeah, like it's not just going to show up on your doorstep. You got to take the steps to like get there and make it better.
Exactly. That's the one thing that I don't like about this like new age manifestation.
They're just like, I'm going to get a new car. I'm going to get a new car. Well,
I'm just going to sit here and meditate on my new car and it's just going to appear.
There's no steps towards it.
No. It's not just going to appear. Get your butt out of bed and go work.
Yeah. When we're manifesting, are we manifesting for those bigger goals? Like, talk to us about that, because anyone can set a goal, but like, how do we judge between like what's realistic, what's too big? Is there ever too big?
Right. So this is another thing that was a big conversation in the last 6-week program that I did, because someone had said, but if I don't achieve those big goals, then I'm going to be discouraged and disappointed in myself. And I think that was such a valid point, and something that I guess it never occurred to me, because I'm that person that I just keep showing up, keep going until I get there. So 2.5 years ago, I did a whole 1 month manifestation like program around winning this one slot race that I wanted to win. And I meditated on it every single night. I had stupid, they're not stupid, but I had alarms in my phone every hour saying, you won the slot race. I would
have gotten trauma from that.
I did insane things. I was embarrassed. I wouldn't leave my phone around anyone because I didn't want the alarm to go off and then be like, you won the slot race. And I had sticky notes around my house.
Stinky notes?
Stinky. Maybe it would have manifested faster if they were stinky, because it would have smelled like the arena.
In the barn.
I did quite a few wild out there things, and I had a specific time. It was a 14.698 was the time that and I still remember it, right, 2.5 years ago, that I would visualize. I would visualize running down the alley and turning my third barrel, finishing my pattern, and then turning around, and then the announcer, because we always have the same announcer, he's got the same voice, and just visioning him being like, and that's your new leader, right? And announcing the 14.698. And the pen was slow. that like, so slot race comes, right?
Yeah.
I show up and I missed something, and I'll explain that in a minute. But I show up, I'm nervous, all the things. And
I'm following you around with a camera.
This is a different slot race.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, this was.
Oh my goodness.
So this was 2 years, like the slot race before that one.
So then the last one was.
So just wait. You have to be patient with the story.
Now I'm getting anxious.
So the pen's slow, and horses are knocking, and horses are slipping a bit, and then I started to doubt myself, and I'm like, oh well, if Tiani and Edwin are running X, Y, and Z, then how is June gonna run the 14.698? And I ran, and it was a flippin' 15.1, and I was like, I was discouraged. I was like, I spent all this, but it was such a slow pen, and it was just shifty enough that I finished second. And so, but I had cleared a space on my wall for my big check.
Oh no.
And I had gone and purchased picture frames that I was going to surround around my check with pictures from the slot race.
Pictures were never purchased.
We
don't have any pictures.
And guess what? There was no big check for second place. So in the moment, I was like, well, fuck, that sucks. And do you have to bleep that out? Do you have to go, well, bleep?
I would have I don't even think I would have cried. I think I just would have patted my horse, turned around, just left.
I sent my horse to Oklahoma to be sold. I'm not sure if you remember that or not.
Oh. There's been a lot that's gone on in the past couple years. So
then she doesn't sell because she's a turd. And she comes home. And the next year, I didn't do, I still envisioned the slot race win, and, but I freaking went out the next year and I won it.
Yeah.
And so.
But you were very peaceful last year.
I was. And I went at it from a place of gratitude.
Yeah. And you were also like, don't talk to me in a nice way. So I just stood in the corner filming you. So
I went in remembering, I love this. Why am I putting so much pressure on myself? And I'm so lucky to be here. And I'm so lucky to be sitting on a horse that I think is a contender for this race.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky to be rolling up in my truck and trailer that actually drive down the road safely with my 3 healthy children and my husband that's the biggest supporter you could ever ask for, and my horse that's sound, and my, the list goes on and on.
It's finding the little things.
Yes, that I'm so lucky for. So I sat there and just I think you have a video of me just sitting there with a smile on my face, thinking, I'm so lucky. Mm-hmm. I'm so lucky to be here. I went out and I ran a 14.4 and I won it. And but I believe that a lot of that came from the manifestation work that I did the year prior. So just because this is, again, a long-winded story on, what if those big dreams and those big goals don't happen, just because they didn't happen in that moment,
or when you wanted them to.
Yes, in your timeline, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we have our own timeline that we believe in, and God has a whole nother timeline for us. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes God's timeline is faster than ours is, but sometimes God's timeline is slower. Mm-hmm. And we don't know the reason behind it being slower, and there could be a good reason. Deb, the girl that won the slot race that year before, really needed that win.
Yeah.
And, something might have been going on in her life where she really needed that win. So I think that having big goals and big dreams is super important, because we're setting us up for 5 years down the road. We're setting ourselves up for 10 years down the road. And even if you have a big goal and it doesn't happen in year 1, that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen in year 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. I also think it's really important for us to be making our subconscious uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. The more we make ourselves uncomfortable with our goals, the more these big goals become realistic in our brains. Mm-hmm. So if I tell myself that making $10,000 a year is tough, right? and making $10,000 in a year is going to be tough. It's going to be hard. How am I going to manage that? I'm never going to strive for I'm never going to strive for 20.
No.
Right? I'm probably going to make 8.
Yeah.
But if I tell myself, do you know what? I think making $30,000 in this year is going to be, it is my goal. Mm-hmm. Then maybe I'll make 28.
Yeah.
But that's better than the previous 8.
Yeah.
So if we normalize big goals, then it's less of a panic for our body. It's like our brains want to protect ourselves. Mm-hmm. So they want to stay where things are safe. So if you have a safe goal, then your brain is going to stay within that safe goal or what it thinks is safe. Mm-hmm. But if you are normalizing a big goal, then after a while, your brain no longer thinks that goal is scary anymore because you've started to tell yourself you're capable, mm-hmm. even if it is huge and out there. Mm-hmm. And that's part of why some of these bigger goals are going to take a little longer.
Mm-hmm. When you were talking about your slot race winning comeback, you mentioned gratitude. Talk about that.
Gratitude is where we're going to vibrate at our highest. So mm-hmm. gratitude is the highest vibrating emotion. Love and gratitude. Mm-hmm. But I think that they kind of come hand in hand. Mm-hmm. So if you are finding good in things and happy about things and grateful, and God is going to bring you more of those things that you're happy mm-hmm. for, you're grateful for. It's like we had talked about with our emotions being super important, and what emotions that we're the emotional level we're vibrating on. Mm-hmm. So if I'm vibrating on from a place of gratitude and a place of love, then I am vibrating on my highest emotional level, mm-hmm. and that's going to bring in the highest, like the most positive things into my life. Mm-hmm. So I think gratitude journaling daily is super, super important. Do I do it? No. Do I need to start doing it? Yes. It's like one of the biggest things that I preach in the mindset program is like gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Mm-hmm. And it's hard, like to wake up at.
You were up at like 5.
I get up. Yeah. So I get up early because I'm either working out, riding horses before the heat, or trying to get some work done mm-hmm. before my kids get up, or making dinner at 5 a.m. so that we are fed, because I'm not going to have a spare moment in my day to make dinner for us. But that extra 10 minutes, and you can do gratitude work while you're doing other things. Yeah. So you could be cooking dinner or making breakfast, kids' lunches, driving to work, mm-hmm. and just turn the radio off, put your phone away, stop scrolling Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and list off 20 things that you're grateful for. Mm-hmm. I really like to write things down because I feel like it puts me it's more solid for me when I write things, and that's probably like very 90s of me.
I have to say things 10 times to remember something, or like to like solidify it. Like if I can't sleep at night and say I have 10 things to do, I'll say each thing 10 times, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll actually remember them.
That
takes a lot of time. So you're talking about gratitude a lot, and now you have 3 new courses. Where are we putting gratitude? Are they in all of them? Is it in one of them? Where's that going?
Gratitude's in all of them. I think that you need to come from a place of gratitude no matter what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You have to manifest from gratitude, but then it's also how we shift our mindset. Mm-hmm. So the mindset course is more about imposter syndrome, fear, getting over competition anxiety, enjoying life again with your horse. And I believe that all of it is going to help our everyday life as well. Like, mm-hmm. it's not just about the self we bring to the barn. It's the self that shows up every single day. Mm-hmm. So I've had quite a few people come back and tell me, like, it hasn't just been with horses that life's improved. It's just overall life, because I'm trying to be more positive in general. Yeah. So that's where the gratitude's going to come in there. So the mindset course, we're going to work on goal setting.
How many mindset courses?
There's 2. So there's one specifically for barrel racers.
Okay.
because I think that the visualizations and the meditation need to be more barrel racing specific.
Yes.
So that's why there's a very specific barrel racer one. And then there's one that there's one that's for just riding and showing in general. Mm-hmm. And then so the mindset course is going to work on goals, imposter syndrome, fear, mm-hmm. competition anxiety, and a little bit of manifesting. We touch a bit on manifesting in that one as well, but then the manifestation course is going to be a deep dive into manifestation.
Yeah. I was going to say, because manifestation is such a huge thing, and I know I have like 10 million questions. So you're offering another 6-week course for manifestation specifically.
Yes.
And all of them are 6 weeks.
Yes.
And then what do they kind of entail?
So I kind of went over what the mindset one mm-hmm. entails. So the barrel racer mindset versus the other
riders,
like rider mindset, they're pretty well the exact same course. I'm just
tailoring them.
Yeah, the barrel racer one's more tailored to barrel racers. Mm-hmm. And then the manifestation one, we break down figuring where we're at emotionally, mm-hmm. what emotions are we vibrating at, how to change what emotions we're vibrating at, which is where the gratitude comes in. And then how to embrace the positive emotions. Mm-hmm. And there's a bit of goal setting, but not really in the sense of finding where you want to be and what you want to manifest, but then becoming that person that would manifest that. Wow. So for becoming, say you want to manifest clocking in the 1D. Mm-hmm. And so what do 1D riders do? Well, we work out, we ride every day. Mm-hmm. Like I ride 6 days a week. We visualize runs. I even walk the pattern on foot to try and figure out what I'm doing with my body. I discuss my runs with my friends. I send my runs to my friends so that we can work through things. Mm-hmm. I ride with people that are better than me. I even ride with people that I feel like, are at the same level as me knowledge-wise, and I have them give me suggestions, and I'm mm-hmm. open to ideas. My horse care is impeccable. My horses are vetted, their teeth are done, a
good nutrition plan.
Yep, I've got great nutrition plan. They always have fresh water, the list goes on of horse care. And so if you want to manifest becoming a 1D rider, then embody those things. Mm-hmm. Be that person that shows up and works out and eats healthy and does all the, checks all the boxes on that list, rides 5 to 6 days a week. And then when you have trust in yourself that you're putting the work in and that you've done it, then you can feel pride and you can feel excited. And then that excitement is then going to tie into the emotional side of things. Mm-hmm. So what emotions are we bringing? Are mm-hmm. we getting on our horses and thinking, oh, well, getting on this piece of crap and, or are we getting on and thinking, how can I make my horse its best self? Yeah. And I'm excited to ride my horse. Mm-hmm. Or, are we going out to our barn and thinking, well, this junky barn and 1D riders don't ride at a junky barns. Well, my stalls are homemade. Well, 2 of them are, right?
But they're beautiful.
Yeah, but they don't need to. I don't need to be in a $1 million barn in order to clock. Oh. Right? I need to ride my horse.
Yep. When we were talking about the imposter syndrome, you mentioned how a lot of the people taking your course felt like they had a community. So this isn't just like, here's 6 weeks worth of paperwork.
No, I have had quite a few people who have continued on mm-hmm. with the friendships that they've developed, and it's actually been fun to watch, fellow barrel racers at the shows chatting amongst themselves. And
how are they meeting each other?
We do breakout groups. So we the way the course works is you get access to, so this time we did it on Mondays, they get access to the journal and the journal prompts and a bit of a description of what the week is supposed to look like. And then on the Thursday, we meet up in a Google Meet call or like a Zoom call kind of thing. And I do a brief talk over what the week was about and what I would like to see in people. And people have the opportunity to chat a bit in the big group and, let us know how their week was or if they have any questions on the material. But usually people are a bit shy in the big group and they don't want to say much. And then we go into breakout groups. And the breakout groups are randomly selected because I had thought, I'm going to, put people in groups based off of who I think would get along. And I'm like, no. Because sometimes you get the best information from someone that doesn't know you.
Exactly.
Or you have these aha moments with people that aren't
wouldn't be someone you think.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that that's really important. So we go into these breakout rooms and then everyone can chat amongst themselves. I try and keep the breakout rooms at like a 3 to 5 number in them. And I have discussion points that everyone chats about in the breakout groups. And that's where you get the opportunity to chat with people and learn about others. And they're always different. So it's not always going to be the same people in your breakout room.
That's really good. What new and exciting things can you tell us before we close out here?
Okay, so in closing, we are launching a mindset course, a general mindset course in a couple weeks. It'll probably be like a week from when we send this out or when we put this out, I would imagine. And then we are going to launch the manifestation course at the same time. And Sienna is in control of my social media. So everything you see is all Sienna. So she'll be, so just follow and keep an eye on things. And Sienna will post all the info.
Any other courses that you're thinking of offering? That will come down the line eventually.
Right. I think that this journey's still young.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've been manifesting for a while. So I think it was pretty interesting when you came into the picture and how this has all worked out, because I've got...
Hey, Jen, I do websites and social media and video recording now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, great.
And I see big things, and I really want this to be like, I love helping people. I don't know. I feel like I go to a barrel race and I'm constantly having people being like, oh, I have a question for you on this, or can you help me with that? And I think it's special to be able to help people. And I love coming at it with a positive frame of mind. I really, really hope that when people are finished talking to me, they leave feeling encouraged and they leave feeling like it was a good interaction. I think that there's so much negativity in the world, and even more in the barrel racing community, or just horse stuff
in general.
Horse showing.
It's not one big happy family most of the time, like the media puts out.
Yeah. So if I can be a positive light and make people feel like they belong and make people want to continue showing up, then I think that that's special. And that's what I want to, like, that's the self that I want to put out there. And I remember showing up and no one talking to me and feeling like I had said earlier, like a fish out of water, like I don't belong. And I don't want people to feel that way in the industry. Like, how do we bring more people into the industry? Well, we make it more welcoming. Barrel racers. We make it more welcoming.
And we make it more understandable.
Yeah.
Like, when I came in, I didn't know that I could run green as grass, youth, teen. So from day one, I was running open.
Right.
So just all that understanding and welcoming, and I think it'll be amazing.
So that's actually a good point that I wanted to touch on with some of the content that I want to provide is things like that too. Like, okay, so this is your first show. Where
What's
do you
going on?
start? Trailering, hay,
Nutrition.
the importance of having hay in front of your horse and them having a full belly because acid splash. And like, and I have a unique background being a vet tech, like an equine vet tech, is I can pull a lot of those things in as well. So that's what sets me apart. Like when we were chatting about like, okay, what's gonna be imposter syndrome, and okay, well, why would someone pick me over all the other platforms out there that offer Ride TV? Like Ride TV is wicked, and you know, Between the Reins is so wicked. Like I subscribe to both of them. What's gonna set? How can I make myself set apart? Like how can I set myself apart? Sorry,
it's the courses you're gonna offer,
and
that are full of knowledge.
And
that isn't just like pulled out of thin air. It's all backed. It's amazing.
Yep, interviews with vets, things like that.
Awesome. Well, keep posted with us. We'll keep you posted. There you go. We'll keep you posted. Check out our social medias. They're all Hazelview Farms, or a variation of Hazelview Performance Horses and Farm. And we'll have all this coming your way shortly. Thank you.